Mr. Bouteille.
Uh, I welcome Minister and Mr. Gallivan and Monsieur Ipe. And the question is a couple of housekeeping questions regarding the mail out or the mailing of tax returns by some Canadians. They mail out, they can't file it electronically. And seeing that those people were told that they will not be able to receive their refunds because Canada Revenue Agency is not looking at these files until May 6. So the question, why are we treating Canadian taxpayers differently, whether they chose to file electronically or manually? I think those complaints came to me, they're actual complaints, and I would like to address them, and I would like an answer on that.
Clear on what the question is? There looks to be puzzlement.
I'll repeat.
Yeah, if you could.
So people or taxpayers that mailed their tax returns, okay, they're not receiving, they were told by CRA that they're not be able to receive their refunds because CRA is not looking at their files until May 6. So that means Canadian taxpayers are being treated differently. Whoever already filed electronically, they receive their money, and the one that filed manually, they still have to wait probably another month from now because May 6th is on Saturday. Okay. So why is that? Where's the efficiency, and how can we show Canadians that we treat them equally?
Okay. Madam Minister.
Okay. Je remercie mon collègue pour sa question.
I would like to thank my colleague for his question and for his care for individuals. Not everybody has access to electronic filing services, and I'm well aware of that. I can tell you that when it comes to customer service, for me, everybody has to be treated the same way and fairly. It's not because somebody sends their statement on a paper copy that they will be treated less well than anyone else. I am pleased that about 90% of the public files electronically. But when the paper copies arrive, they're treated efficiently, just like the electronic ones.
Not. That's the complaint we've received. I've received, my office received complaints of that fashion. And if 90% of Canadians comply, the other 10% are still waiting, and they're going to be suffering as a fact of that. So I expect from the extra resources that you got at CRA and the extra money that you'll be getting last year and this year, that there will be a level of efficiency. Also in relation to the same question, we were also told that the taxpayers have difficulty during past tax season to find tax forms in their local post offices. So is that another step into the phasing out completely people that they still want or prefer to file manually? Again, why is now, and you've got the resources, why can't these be phased out without being a painful process for taxpayers?
Je remercie mon collègue pour sa question. Effectivement.
I would like to thank my colleague for his question. At the beginning of tax season, I was informed that we were having difficulty receiving forms in French in certain areas, and there was also some trouble in getting forms to certain other locations. I can tell you that I made sure that I contacted relevant stakeholders in the agency to inform them of the situation, but my colleague can give you more information about the agreements that we have with Canada Post when it comes to paper tax forms.
We have a very effective partnership with Canada Post to get those paper guides distributed all across the country. It does get reported to us that individual outlets, whether it be in a retail center or otherwise, individual employees not understanding this can sometimes destroy the guides or move them. But as soon as we're informed of this, we work through Canada Post to get that location restocked. So, what I would offer is if you're hearing that information, the best thing you can do is advise the agency, given the large number of postal locations all across the country. Individual incidents like this can occur, the best thing is for us to respond as soon as we hear about it to make sure we replenish the paper stock. Sometimes it can be aggressive taxpayers who grab bundles of them. There's been reports of that as well. They just take all the paper that's available.
Well, I think that the perception, thanks for taking care of this, but the perception out there is that Canada Revenue Agency is not providing enough copies to post offices. That's why some people are suffering or falling behind, and that is not fair for taxpayers. I do have